Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's November the 29th, baby. Shake, rattle, and hum. Let's get with the program. Let's see what the Lord's got planned for us today. So let's rise and shine. I'm about a minute late. I'm sorry. Things just wasn't happening in line for me today. So we'll get with the program and we'll see what God's got going on here. See if I can get you guys dialed up. See if we see what's going on here. Here we go right here. You hear that? That's my laptop. That's the. Let's see what the Lord's got planned. So that's just my computer. Hey Des. Hey Nick. Hey Mary Joyce. Hey Joe. Am I good with you guys? Because what I'm seeing here is my computer is glitching. So you guys good? Hey Gary Skipper, Faye Taylor, Al, Jordan, Sharon. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Everything good? Is this picture good? Is it smooth? Again, this, I don't know what's up with my internet or... Okay, good. Thank y'all. Thumbs up. I got you. Hey, Rebecca. I guess y'all like that shirt, don't you? Lord have mercy. Hey, Gail. Hey, Dana. How are y'all? Okay, hope everything looks good. I have this iPad here and my internet, man. Things just start off at 8 glitching. It's crazy. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Candy. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Tina. Good morning. It's November the 29th. Get your Bible. Open it with us to Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. All right. Let's get ready to get started. Hey, Joe. Hey, Minaj. Hope everyone's doing well. Rhonda. Good to see you this morning. Everybody good? I don't have any coffee, guys. I'm drinking the bottom of the last cup I had. Hey, Jana. Yeah, just throw that computer out in the yard. Tell them, Jana, that's about what this thing needs right here. Hey, pal. Good morning, Jeff. What's going on this morning, my man? Hey, Marianne. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to do something different. I've got to bring my computer back from work because this iPad is, I don't know what it is, or my internet. I got no idea what the deal is, but that's aggravating. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Julie. Tanya Davis. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Karen Swindle. Good morning. Okay, here we go. Hey, Artie. What's going on? All right, here we go. Y'all toast to the morning word crowd. God bless you and God bless America. That's the end of mine. We are in Hebrews chapter 11. We want to give a shout out to our school teachers, to our first responders, to our military personnel. Thank y'all for the work that you do. Serving your community and your country. You are underappreciated. You never get enough attention for and accolades for what you do. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Hey, Kathy. Here we go. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 30. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. The nation of Israel at this time was not a nation. They were just a Hebrew band of people, and they have come out of Egypt, and they have already come to the promised land one time. This is when Joshua and Moses were with them. The spies were sent out, and 10 of the spies came back with a bad report, and 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, came back with a good report. The people, the Jewish people, sided with the bad news. And consequently, God, in his anger, was going to strike every one of them dead. But at Moses' pleading, spared them, and God relented and said that he was just going to banish them to the wilderness for 40 years until the generation of all those who had come to the entrance to the promised land had died off and a new generation would go in. Well, this is the new generation. Moses has now passed away. He's been left upon Mount Nebo. No one knows what happened to him. And the younger generation has passed away. And now there's some 2 million Jews ready to cross the Jordan River and to come into the promised land. And they crossed the Jordan River. The waters dried up or were held back. God did a miracle there. They sanctify themselves for 3 days and they get ready to set out to conquer Jericho. Now, this is a significant thing because Jericho was a strategic city in the land travel where they were, meaning it was a fortified city. It was enormous, and it is believed that its walls were thick enough and large enough for 2 chariots to pass one another, riding along the tops of the walls. Excuse me. So you're talking about an impregnable force. I mean, an impregnable situation, an impregnable fortress, fortress. And so the people of Israel, these Jewish people now, they've been wandering in the desert. They came out of Egypt as slaves. They have no standing army. They have no weaponry. They are not trained in tactics or strategies of military warfare and conflict. They're just a bunch of ragtag shepherds with a lot of goats and sheep and camels. And they're standing there looking at this impregnable fortress. And God said, this is the first test of faith. We're going to take this thing down. Now, here's how we're going to take it down, guys. You ready? This came to Joshua. God said, circle the city once a day for 7 days. And on the 7th day, go around it 7 times, blowing your horns. And on the 7th lap, on the 7th day, stop and blow your horns one last time, and the walls will fall. Now, I want you to think about that. What if God told you that? I want you to just circle this thing with prayer for 7 days and pray 7 times on the 7th day, and then shout to me for glory, and whatever the impregnable fortress is that's in front of your life will fall away. Now, what you're thinking about that right there is probably what they were thinking. Are you stupid? Okay? Somebody might have said this to Joshua. Hey, listen, of course your opinion matters, Joshua, just not to us. All right? Are you crazy? And Joshua said, this is what God said he's going to do. So you know what they did? They did that. They did that. And you know how humbling it is for your enemy to be standing above you on top of an impossible situation, on top of an impregnable fortress, mocking you, laughing at you, going, look at these clodheads. And they just walk around, blow the horn, go back to camp. Next day, walk around, blow the horns, go back to camp. 7th day, walk around 7 times, blow the horns. Next thing you know, the entire structure of the outer walls fall down, and the Jewish people go in and take the place, overrun it. Now, this is the title of the morning word, the stage of impossibility. The stage of impossibility. Because it's on the stage of impossibility that we get to demonstrate our faith, and God demonstrates his power. It's on the stage of impossibility that we have the opportunity to demonstrate our faith, and God has, by our faith, has the opportunity to display his power. It's always on the stage of impossibility, okay? That's where God's power is most noted. That's where God's power is most noted, on the stage of impossibility. When you and I get to the place where we can't do it, man, you just got to the place where God can get started. But here is the mystery that we, not mystery, this is the truth that we oversee or overlook all the time. You ready? We can't do anything. See, you think that today you have today handled because all of the things that you foresee in your day, you can handle it. You think that your education, your preparation, your own wisdom and strength can do it. But in reality, you can't. Certainly not in a Christian, godly way. We need God to help us to breathe, to have a sound mind, to have forgiveness that we're going to need to share with somebody today. Forgiveness. To hold our tongue when we want to say stupid things. Okay? To love the unlovable, to forgive the unforgivable, to have patience in difficult situations, to grant mercy where justice is due. I mean, we just don't realize how insufficient we are within our own selves. Even the lost world. I'm not talking about just the Christian people. Even the lost world. They have no concept of how insufficient they are. They have no idea that God is in absolute sovereign control. And if he wasn't making the sun rise on the just and the unjust, if he wasn't giving the rain from heaven and giving them the strength and the physical ability and health to go to work or to go to school or to solve a problem, they wouldn't have it. That unless God provided and unless God performed, that we could do nothing. Jesus said, I am the vine and you are the branch. Without me, you can do nothing. So really, okay, it's not just when we have cancer that the stage of impossibility is set. It's not when we just have war when the stage of impossibility is set. It's not when we have famine or calamity or tornadoes or hurricanes or earthquakes or divorce or death that the stage of impossibility is set. It's set every day. We need Jesus for everything, even lost people. So in that way, we should live every moment of our life by faith. It's not just by faith that these walls came down. It says by faith, the walls of Jericho fell down. But you go back and it was by faith that Moses, his mother and father, hid him in the bulrushes, and he was discovered by Pharaoh's daughter and raised up. That was by faith. It was by faith that Abraham offered up Isaac. It was by faith that Noah built the ark. Every single day, every single way, faith, 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 faith was needed for these people of God to live out the will of God for their life. You're going to face things that are impossible. I'm going to face things that are impossible. And we're going to need our faith intact and working in power, trusting, humbling ourselves and trusting that God is going to perform his word and God is going to honor his word in our life. But we don't just do that, okay, on the stage of impossibility as we perceive it. We do it every day. We do it every day. The same faith, listen, the same faith that the Hebrew people exercised in God as they humbled themselves and became obedient and circled the walls of Jericho, it's the same faith that you and I are going to need today to raise our children, to love our families, to teach the kids, to patrol the streets, to build the tires. We need that faith every day because we are living on the stage of impossibility where we get to demonstrate our faith and God gets to demonstrate his power. Now, I want you to think about this very carefully. I want you to think about what your life would be like right now, or if you would even be alive, if God was not in charge, if God was not sovereign, and if God was not moving every minute of every day to oversee everything that happens on this earth. Where do you think he would be? Where do you think? So let me ask you this question. Let me turn it around another way. Do you think that you are wise enough, strong enough, smart enough, savvy enough, connected enough to be able to handle everything except the big things? Come on. Think about the possibility of walking out that door today and God not being with you. See, God said He would never leave us. That means anywhere and everywhere you go, God is there. Well, if God is there, God is moving in His power. God is in control. So I want me to understand that it's not just, it certainly is on the stage of impossibility as we perceive it, but it's not just on that stage of impossibility that we get to demonstrate faith and God gets to demonstrate power. It's every single moment of every single day we humble ourselves and say, God, you're in control. God, you got this. And as we demonstrate that faith, okay, as we display that faith in our humble trusting of God and our obedience to God's word, as we trust God and obey God in the little bitty things, God spans all of time and space to display His great power. On the movie, I think it was, in the movie the other night, Tulsa, guy was talking to this father. And he said there was this man on this ship. Okay, he was on this ship. And it was being tossed by a great storm. And he was afraid the ship was going to sink with him on it. So he cried out to God for deliverance. And he cried out and he said, "Oh, God, save me." Well, you know what happened? The boat caught on fire. Yeah, the boat he was standing on in the middle of the storming, raging sea caught on fire. And it burned out from underneath him. You know what he had to do? He had to jump into the raging sea. But just when he thought, I can't believe this is happening to me, right as those thoughts crossed his mind that he was going to perish, a light from another ship was seen in the dense fog and storm and came alongside and pulled him in. So they wrap him in a blanket and they're sitting there talking to him. And they said, "Man, you are lucky." He goes, "Yeah, I guess I am." He said, "I was praying for deliverance and God didn't do anything to help me. Burned up the ship that I was on and I wound up in the sea." He goes, "Yeah, but you don't understand. If that ship had not caught on fire, we would not have seen it. And if we had not seen it, we would not have come to assist." Sometimes our ships have to catch on fire in order for God to get us to the place of safety. And that means that God is always working His great power, even in indiscernible ways, to bring about His good will. And God is going to move in your life today. God is going to move in my life today, even when we can't see it. That's why when we shut this thing off right here in just a second, we're going to walk out of our rooms and walk out of our houses and walk out of our offices, living by faith, believing that God is going to do the impossible by fulfilling His word in such amazing ways that it is beyond our understanding. For His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. But His power is always and only wielded for our good and His glory. So let's go live by faith. That is the humble trusting of God to perform His word. And let's watch the walls of Jericho fall in your life. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Good Lord willing, and the saints don't